cut or trade Jimmy, sign Mariota, draft a rookie. What are your feelings on Mariota?
I really wanted us to get Mariota when he became free. Or did they trade Mariota from Tennessee?
No, I forget.
Was he? I want to say he got traded. I want to say he wasn't free.
Okay.
I want to say maybe it was the end of his rookie deal, and they traded him to the Raiders. But I liked Mariota, and I felt like he could be a project, as far as somebody to really bring along in Kyle's system with his mobility, with the play action boot,
Free agent. He was just a free agent. He signed a 2-year deal worth $17.6 million with the Raiders, and they cut him. So he was around. The thing that's interesting about Mariota, remember 2016 when Chip Kelly became the head coach? Weren't there rumors that he wanted to trade like everything for Marcus Mariota? He was going to trade.
Really hear those rumors.
I thought there were that he was. Maybe they weren't legit rumors. It was just speculation, but that he wanted to trade 2-3 first-round picks for Mariota. Would they have had to? No, because he had gotten drafted in 2015. Yeah, but he was still looked at as a good player back then.
Yeah, he was. Like coming out of college, he looked like he had some game to him. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I don't mind a guy like that. Mariota, I didn't really like I've heard the Minshew name mentioned. I don't mind that so much. I think Kyle kind of likes that guy that he feels like he can kind of build up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like prop up. Yeah. But like you say, run the offense, run the plays I call, do what I want him to do. But at the end of the day, like I'm gonna get all the credit.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you look better than you are. People are gonna be impressed by how well you play, Mr. Brian Hoyer. Yeah, good call. Good call. He only went to Matt Ryan when his career was on the line. I mean, he didn't have. I remember Kyle was
implement the offense though, like Brian Hoyer, the journeyman.
Like, Kyle's stock was really low until he did some work with Matt Ryan.
He had already been back to New England at that point, hadn't he?
I mean, yeah.
I'll never understand why he didn't at least try with Kaepernick. Like wait a minute, this guy's athletic. Like I like to run a lot of play action. Like let me at least give it a run, see what it's about.
I always felt Kaepernick
I think that's
was
one
so
of those
good
we didn't want to say it, but yeah, I think Jed didn't want the whole Black Lives Movement type thing, but he couldn't say it because he's on the West Coast. So they always had to look like they were accommodating Kaepernick.
Here's the thing.
In the back of their mind, like as soon as we can get this out of our hair, like stiff arm, it's gone.
Here's how you'll know. If the Niners draft a quarterback this year like Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Kellen Mond, be like, well, then how did Colin not fit your team, but this guy does? That's how you'll know. That's how you'll know.
Well, they'll say Kyle changed. Remember Kyle didn't really want to run in quarterback early on.
Yeah,
Kyle didn't want the pressure. Like of having once you draft your guy, it's your guy. You got to make it work with him. Like what is Nagy's hanging on by a thread due to Trubisky. I think this is probably his last year. If he doesn't,
they should have got rid of him already. God, I can't stand. True. That's when you said that Jed York at least acts. I immediately thought of the Bears. Like unlike them, they've just been. I don't know what they're doing in Chicago. They just signed Andy Dalton. Great, that'll fix everything.
Andy Dalton and Nick Foles, people.
Good time to be a Bears fan. James Capp says if we can't get Watson or draft a quarterback with the 12th pick, what do you think about Desmond Ridder in the 3rd or 4th round? He went back to school. You got to wait a year for Desmond Ridder at Cincinnati. He went back to school.
What I do find funny is like people keep telling us like, when is the next time the Niners will be in this position to draft a person like this high? Well, okay, like we got the 12th pick this year. We had the 13th pick last year due to the Buckner trade. Year before that, what was it, number 2? Yeah. Year before that, McClinchy, he was 9. He was like 12, 13.
He was 9.
And the year before that, number 2.
3. Yeah, 2.
Trade back. Yeah. Yes, trade back. So, if he passed his prologue, we'll be here again, picking high to draft.
If you look at it, the Niners
a weaker quarterback class next year. That's right. Now we really have to move on from Jim.
The Niners have finished last in the NFC West 6 of the last 8 years. So, yeah. But there's still reasons to be optimistic.
All or nothing with us.
Pretty much.
Either we're at the cusp of a championship or we're in the bottom. And then it's not going to matter next year that we had a last place record. So if we do better, that has nothing to do with it. after the Bosa year, that was a last place schedule too, and we did well. Like, you have to take all these things into consideration. So maybe that's where the hope is. We're playing a last place schedule, and the last time we did that, we went to the Super Bowl.
Right. That makes sense. That's a really good point. Actually, even in 2019, it was a third place schedule because the Cardinals were 3-13 that year as well. So this is theoretically an easier schedule than it was in 2019.
Oh yeah, you are right, because they had the first pick. And we
had Rosen over there. They were 3-13. They were really, really bad.
Now that I think about it, like people are saying, like I'm not a fan. Like I can't root, like they say, for the loss, but I can understand the value in a loss in a lost season. Yeah. And this year, like it probably cost us an easy grab of a top 3 or 4 quarterback, a few extra wins.
That's right.
What was it? The year that we could have got Myles Garrett, like a couple of wins late in that year, like we would have had the top pick over Cleveland. It's like it's been a few times in our recent history that like having pride in self and going out there trying to win every game has ended up biting us in the ass in the long run.
That's true. That's true. And I wonder again if that pressure comes from the top.
Yeah, you can't tell a player to go out here and not, go out here and lose. Like you don't do that.
No, you can't.
So it is what it is. Yeah. We'll take those lumps, but yeah, I think the best plan of action is to go get your quarterback. Yeah. And let the chips fall where they may afterwards. Otherwise, what are you doing? You're just spinning your wheels.
You're just not being bold at all. You got to make a move. No. You got to just make a decision and do it and stand behind it. And we'll see what happens.